And today we have a kanji recap of adjectives, part 1. Let's start with big. The kanji for big comes from a pictogram of a person. Just quickly remember the kanji for person, but with arms stretched out as far as possible. One more thing to know is that this kanji can also act as a radical. Some words that contain this radical are ten or heaven, ushinau, or to lose, and futoi, or fat. Please do not confuse the kanji of big with the kanji for dog. They're pretty similar, but the kanji for dog has a dot. This kanji has one kun reading of o. For example, we have oki, which is the actual adjective for the word big. As for the on reading, we have dai, as in daigaku, which means university, and tai, as in taisetsu, which means important. One last note, this kanji has 3 strokes, and it is a JLPT M5 level. And it isn't too difficult, as you can think of adding just one more line to the kanji for person. Let's continue with small. The history behind the kanji small was very simple. It came from 3 small dots, or some believe it was from 3 granules of sand. The kanji for small can also act as a radical, but there are not too many examples of this other than skoshi, which means few. Please do not confuse the kanji of small with the kanji few. I think the kanji few kind of looks like a smirk face. What do you think? There are 2 kun readings. The first one is chi, found in chisai, to mean small. The second kun reading is ko, found in kosame, to mean light rain. As for the on reading, we have shou, found in shousetsu, to mean novel. Fun fact, the kanji small can be found in the word shouben. The first character is once again small. The second character means convenience. Together they mean P. One last note, this kanji has 3 strokes and it is a JLPT M5 level. It cannot get any simpler than this, right? Next we have cheap and calm. The kanji for calm or cheap was divided into 2 parts. The top was a roof. The bottom was a woman kneeling. These 2 together gave the meaning of calm, as a woman inside a house was secure and peaceful. So I just explained why this kanji means calm. But what about the meaning cheap? It actually came from the phonetic connection to the word cheap, rather than its original meaning. That is, the word yasui existed as cheap way before it even had a kanji. Please do not confuse the kanji of calm with the kanji of woman. Remember that calm is the woman peacefully inside a house. The main kun reading for this kanji is yasu. Yasui means both cheap and calm. As for the on reading, we have an. The examples are anshin, which means relief, and anzen, which means security. One last note, this kanji has 6 strokes and it is a JLPT M5 level, so I hope next time you stay inside a home, you feel calm. How about the kanji for new? Let's crack open this kanji and see what's inside. Does that image even make any sense? Let's break it down. On the right, we have an axe, and on the left, we had 2 separate characters. On the bottom, we got an easy one. It is tree. On the top is a tattoo needle. Putting all this together, a chosen tree was marked with a tattoo needle to be cut down with an axe. And now you have a new wood to build something. Fun fact, in historical Japan, this kanji was often associated with modernization, such as during the Meiji Ishin or Meiji Restoration, which was the time when Japan adopted Western ideas and production methods. Do not confuse, new and parent look similar, but the right side is different. Let's remember that new has the axe that cuts the tree. The kun reading is atara or arata, And the word we have is atarashi or new. The sentence we have is atarashi o sama, which means new king. The on reading is shin, and the example is shinbun or newspaper. This kanji has 13 strokes, and although it looks complicated, the story behind it does make sense. What does the last new thing you got? And finally, we have the kanji tall or high. If we look at this kanji, we can see how it looks like a tall building with a pointed roof on top, a tower in the middle, and a doorway in the lower building. Another thing to notice is that the current kanji is actually a simplified version of how it used to look like. We happen to have two fun facts. The very first one is to know how much this kanji is actually used in family names and place names. I have two examples for you. Can you read them? The very first one is Takahashi. The second one is Takamura. Do not confuse. Tall and pavilion may look similar, but if you look closely, tall has the doorway of a building, while pavilion has a street. Kun reading is taka, using takai, meaning tall. Now let's read together. Sekai no mottomo takai tatemono, or the world's tallest buildings. The on reading is ko, as in koukou or high school. The sentence is netto no koukou nihon ichi ni naru, or become the #1 online high school. Second fun fact, though this kanji is not a radical, it acts as a phonetic character found in the words manuscript and stripe. Therefore, all these kanjis have the same on reading, ko. Now, I got a challenge for you. What is the meaning of this word? Type it in the comments. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to my channel. Yay!